So these are the Fox flow labels, or a range of Fox flow labels. These are tested as finished products, so with printing on as well. And these are tested for 8,000 hours, which is the longest test we've ever done, significantly the longest test we've ever done. As you can see on the plate here, we have examples of virgin labels, and we've got examples of the we've got the weathered labels here. As you can see, the colour is faded. Print is still readily legible, and is not, you can't remove it. There's a degree of chalking on the surface. This can be removed with a finger, for example. One of the most impressive features of these labels was that they maintained a very high degree of their flexibility. We did some mandrel tests on completion of the UV weathering, where we bent the labels around progressively finer mandrels down to a 3mm diameter mandrel, and the labels survived that without cracking or splitting. And you can still see that they are readily flexible. They're not quite as soft and flexible as the virgin labels here, but they are still relatively flexible. We did a similar test on a competitor's product, and after 3,000 hours that split when bent round the mandrel. So for all the labels we assessed colour loss, cracking and crazing, the quality of the legibility. For the Fox flow labels, we also assessed their flexibility, as this was considered a crucial property, and we bent the products. To all the parameters we'd been evaluating for, flexibility was also important. So the Fox flow labels were peeled off the backing plates and were subjected to bend tests around a variety of different sized mandrels. These tests can be seen under a separate video. At 5,000 hours into the test, it was decided to also put some Fox flow labels in, which are under a stress condition. So cables were set up, labels are set up attached to cables. These cables are of 8mm diameter. This is a tighter radius than would normally be used for a label of this type, and generally 10 to 12mm diameter would be the minimum. As can be seen here, the labels are whitened around the edges, however they are still clearly visible, clearly legible, and the labels are uncracked and they perform very well. So this is a virgin Fox flow label attached to an 8mm cable, exactly the same as was done for the 3,000 hour test. It was decided to tie the labels to the cables by the two methods here to simulate both methods by which a label could be attached to a cable in service.